absolute fool. Eventually, I just handed him my entire pencil case and nodded, because apparently I don't know how to speak anymore. Then, get this, he smiled, the dimples Barry, the dimples, and said, "Thanks, dude. Dude, I have been bro-zoned. This is worse than death. If anyone needs me, I'll be in mourning. XOXO." March 27th. Dear Diary, I have recovered from my tragic bruising. Kind of. Not really. But we move on. I spent the entire day analyzing what Matt meant by dude. Was it a casual dude? Or a flirty dude? I asked Emily, and she just sighed and said, "Leo, please do your homework." Unhelpful. I even tried saying dudes out loud in different tones to see if it sounded romantic. The results were inconclusive, and my mom walked in on me whispering dudes to myself. So no, I'm under investigation in my own home. This is the worst. XOXO. March 30th. Dear Diary, breaking news. Matt complimented my sweater. Him, nice sweater, dude. And me, thanks. It has sleeves. It has sleeves. It has sleeves. I am going to throw myself into the ocean. XO, XO. April 2nd. Dear Diary, today I was determined to redeem myself after the sweaty incident. So, when Matt walked by, I decided I would be smooth and effortlessly cool. Hey Matt, hey dudes. Yeah. Yeah. To what, Leo? What were you responding to? You literally just said hi. I have the charisma of a wet sock. Please tell my future husband I tried. XO, XO. April 4th. Dear Diary, I have given up on meds. It's for the best. My brain malfunctions whenever he's near, and frankly, I need my brain for more important things, like investigating why Olivia and Grace are still fighting for Bill, when you all know neither of them get the boards. XOXO. April 6th. Dear Diary, Emily just looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're so obvious." I asked, "Obvious about what?" And she just gave me a knowing look and sipped her juice box like she was some kind of wizard, and not a 12-year-old with fruit punch on her chin. If Emily knows, does that mean Matt knows? Does that mean everyone knows? I'm panicking. XOXO. April 8th. Dear Diary, I have news. Today at recess, myself to social skills that we have. XOXO. Dear diary. Okay, okay, okay. Listen. Matt gave me a gummy worm. He was eating a bag of them during lunch, and he just held one out to me. No words, no explanation, just a single perfect gummy worm offered to me by his own hand. I accepted it, obviously. What was I supposed to do? Say no to fate? This is basically a marriage proposal. XOXO. April 19th. Dear Diary, I have spent the last 48 hours analyzing the gummy worm incident. I consulted Emily, reenacted the moment in the mirror, and even Googled, does giving someone a gummy worm mean true love? Conclusion, I have no idea what it meant, but it meant something. No one just gives away candy for free. There was intent. Going slightly insane. XOXO. April 21st. Dear Diary, I almost died today. And by died, I mean Matt touched my shoulder. It was during gym class. I was minding my own business, absolutely not participating. And then out of nowhere, Matt tapped my shoulder to get my attention. I turned around, expecting him to say something life-changing. And his boy goes, we're supposed to be stretching. Sir, you just touched my actual body. And all you have to say is, we're stretching. I need to lie down. Perfectly forever. Emotionally unwell. XOXO. April 23rd. Dear Diary, Matt was absent today, which means I had no reason to exist. What was I supposed to do? Focus in class, gossip with Emily, engage in not Matt-related activities. Disgusting. I was so bored I even considered doing my homework. Thankfully, I came to my senses before things got that dark. Please return. XOXO. April 24th. Dear Diary, he's back. I walked into class fully prepared to pretend like I didn't even notice his absence yesterday, because I am cool and mysterious and totally not desperate. But then he sat down next to me and said, did I miss anything yesterday? And I said, just my will to live. Why am I like this? Hiding myself under my bed forever. XOXO. April 26th. Dear Diary. Okay, I think Matt might be flirting with me or bullying me. It's honestly a toss-up. Today in history, I was doodling in my notebook instead of listening. Glanced at me, and Matt leaned over and said, you look very confused. Which would have been normal, except he said it with the smirk. You know the one. The half smile, dimples showing, slightly teasing but maybe not teasing smirk. How am I supposed to respond to that? I think I just shrugged, or maybe nodded. Honestly, I blacked out. What is happening? XOXO. April 28th. Dear Diary, I did something very stupid today. So, in science, we had to pair up for an assignment. And before I could even panic, Matt just turned to me and said, partners. And instead of me saying yes, like a normal human, I panicked and said, are you sure? Like an idiot? He just laughed, and was like, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Sir, why are you questioning me, make me question my own worth? I'm having a crisis. XOXO. April 30th. Dear Diary. Dear son, what am I supposed to do with this information? Why did he drop that like it was casual? Why is it like this? I simply cannot go on. This is too much. I need to be revived. XOXO. May 8th. Dear diary, I have spent the entire day replaying the favorite person incidents in my head. What does it mean? Was it a casual, no big deal, totally platonic kind of thing? Or was it a soft, romantic, you are special to me in a way I can't explain kind of thing? I tried asking Emily, and she literally said, Liam, this is getting out of control. Excuse me, ma'am, I am in a crisis. Now is not the time for judgments. Still spiraling. XOXO. May 10th. Dear diary. Okay, something even worse happened today. I was just sitting in class and Matt was twirling his pen in his fingers like some kind of cool, casual, effortlessly attractive movie character. And I was just staring at him like a deer in the headlights. Then, because the universe hates me, Matt caught me staring and said, what? And do you know what I said? I said nothing. You just have really nice hands. What? What? His hands? Why did I say that? He just laughed. And I wanted to melt into the floor and never return. I am moving to Antarctica. XOXO. Dear diary, Matt was weird today. Like, weird. At recess, we were standing by the fence, and he just kept looking at me. Like, he looked away, then glanced back, then looked away. What is that? At one point, I literally went, what? Because I was so confused. And he just shrugged and said nothing. Sir, no, not nothing. What is happening here? I am losing my mind. XOXO. May 14th. Dear diary, I think I have reached my limits. Today in gym, we had to do partner exercises. And guess who immediately picked me before I could even panic? Matt. Which meant I had to do stupid dress falls with him. As in falling backwards into his actual arms. As in physical contact. As in I died. At one point, he literally went, you don't trust me? With his fake offended look on his face. Sir, this is not the issue here. The issue is that I am having a full body meltdown. XOXO. May 16th. Dear diary, I have made a horrific discovery. I think Matt knows I like him. I was minding my own business. Okay, panic internally as usual. And Emily just casually goes, you know he knows, right? Excuse me. Apparently I am not subtle. Apparently everyone knew before I did. Apparently I have been walking around the school looking like a lovesick fool and no one told me. I need to delete myself. XOXO. May 18th. Dear diary, what do you mean he knows? Maybe this means he likes me back. What does this mean? That he's just letting me embarrass myself every day for fun? I need answers immediately. Screaming. XOXO. May 20th. Dear diary. Okay. Big updates. Huge updates. Life-altering updates. Today, I was standing by my locker, minding my own business. Okay, fine. I was thinking about Matt. And then he just appeared next to me. May 27th. Dear Diary. Okay, I thought I had calmed down. Turns out I was lying. Because today, Matt texted me. Just casually texted me. Like that's a normal thing we do now. Which apparently it is. He said, hey. I stared at it for 10 whole minutes, trying to figure out the perfect response. Eventually, Emily took my phone and just typed, hey, back, because she said, and I quote, you are exhausting, rude, but fair. Anyway, we texted for 2 hours. 2 hours! We talked about literally nothing, and somehow it was still the best conversation I've ever had. I am in so much trouble. Excel, Excel. May 29th. Dear Diary, I made a bold move today. I sent Matt a meme. Just casually, no context, no warning. I just dropped the meme in his DMs like a confident person. And he laughed. Well, he sent the laughing emoji, but same thing. I am thriving. XOXO. May 31st. Dear Diary. Okay, this might not seem like a big deal, but today, Matt and I walked the class together. I didn't even plan it. We just happened to leave the lunchroom at the same time, and then we just walked together. It was so casual, but also completely life-changing. Do I sound ridiculous? Yes. Do I care? No. I'm over-analyzing everything. XOXO. June 2nd. Dear Diary, I am freaking out. So, Matt and I were sitting in class when I was doodling my notebook like usual. And then, he just casually goes, draw me. Sir, what? I laughed because obviously I thought he was joking. But he was just like, no, I'm serious. I want to see how you draw me. What does this mean? This is flirty. I'm being played. I drew him, obviously. It was awful. I made his hair way too big and his eyes were weirdly lopsided. But he just grinned at it like I gave him the Mona Lisa. Who acts like this? I am perishing. XOXO. June 4th. Dear Diary, Matt called me dude again today, and I'm trying to pretend it doesn't hurt me, but it does. We need to ban that word immediately. I will be writing a petition. XOXO. Dear Diary, I don't know if I'm imagining things or if Matt has been closer to me lately. Like, today we were sitting at lunch and our knees were accidentally touching and he did not move away. That's not